Shakespeare's Histories, The King's Shadow, Episode 6. King Henry IV is facing a major challenge to his crown. A rebellion led by Harry Hotspur Percy and the Countess of Worcester threatens to remove him and place Edmund Mortimer, the Earl of March, on the throne instead. King Henry fears the consequences of a divided nation and worries his feckless son and heir, Prince Hal, will ruin the Lancastrian legacy. Hal has, however, left his usual haunt, the tavern, to join his father on the battlefield. They meet with Worcester to see if war can be avoided.
How now, my Lady Worcester? 'Tis not well that you and I should meet upon such terms as now we meet. You have deceived our trust, and made us doff our easy robes of peace to crush our old limbs in ungentle steel.
For mine own part, I could be well content to entertain the laggand of my life with quiet hours. For I do protest I have not sought the day of this dislike.
You have not sought it. How comes it, then?
Rebellion lay in her way, and she found it.
Peace, Chewit. Peace.
It pleased your majesty to turn your looks of favor from myself and all our house. And yet I must remember you, my lord. We were the first and dearest of your friends. For you, my staff of office did I break in Richard's time, and posted day and night to meet you on the way and kiss your hand. It was myself, my brother, and his son that brought you home and boldly did outdare the dangers of the time. You swore to us that you did nothing purpose against the state, nor claim no further than your new fallen right, the seat of Gaunt, dukedom of Lancaster. To this we swore our aid. But in short space you took occasion to be quickly wooed, to grip the general sway into your hand, forgot your oath to us at Ravenspur, and being fed by us, you used us so, we were enforced for safety's sake to fly out of your sight and raise this present head.
These things indeed you have articulated, proclaimed at market crosses, read in churches, and never yet did insurrection want such watercolors to impaint its cause.
In both your armies there is many a soul shall pay full dearly for this encounter, if once they join in trial. Tell your nephew, the Prince of Wales doth join with all the world in praise of Henry Percy. By my hopes, I do not think a braver gentleman, more daring or more bold, is now alive to grace this latter age with noble deeds. For my part, I may speak it to my shame, I have a truant been to chivalry. And so I hear he doth account me too. Yet this before my father's majesty, I am content that he shall take the odds of his great name and estimation, and will, to save the blood on either side, try fortune with him in a single fight.
And, Prince of Wales, so dare we venture thee, albeit considerations infinite do make against it. No, good Worcester, no, we love our people well, e'en those we love that are misled upon your cousin's part. And will they take the offer of our grace, both he and they and you, yea, everyone, shall be my friend again, and I'll be theirs. So tell your cousin, and bring me word what he will do. But if he will not yield, rebuke and dread correction wait on us, and they shall do their office. So be gone. We offer fair. Take it advisedly.
It will not be accepted on my life. The Douglas and the Hotspur both together are confident against the world in arms.
Hence, therefore, every leader to their charge, for on their answer we will set on them. And God befriend us as our cause is just.
How? If thou see me down in the battle, and bestride me, so 'tis a point of friendship.
Nothing but a colossus can do thee that friendship. Say thy prayers, and farewell.
I would to a bedtime, Hal, and all well.
Why, thou owest God a death.
'Tis not due yet. I'd be loath to pay him before his day. What need I be so forward with him that calls not on me? Well, 'tis no matter. Honor pricks me on. Yea, but how if honor prick me off when I come on? How then? Can honor set to a leg? No. Or an arm? No. Or take away the grief of a wound? No. What is honor? A word. What is in that word, honor? Air. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday. Doth he feel it? No. Doth he hear it? No. But will it not live with the living? No. Why? Detraction will not suffer it. Therefore, I'll none of it. Honor is a mere scutcheon. And so ends my catechism.
Oh no, my nephew must not know, Sir Richard, the liberal and kind offer of the king.
'Twere best he did.
Then are we all undone? It is not possible, it cannot be, the king will keep his word in loving us. He will suspect us still and find a time to punish this offense and other faults. My nephew's trespass may be well forgot. It hath the excuse of youth and heat of blood. All his offenses live upon my head and on his father's. We did train him on, and his corruption being ta'en from us, we, as the spring of all, shall pay for all. Therefore, good cousin, let not Harry know in any case the offer of the king.
Deliver what you will, I'll say 'tis so. Here comes your cousin.
Aunt, what news?
There is no seeming mercy in the king.
Did you beg any? God forbid.
I told him gently of our grievances, of his oath-breaking, which he mended thus, by now forswearing that he is forsworn. He calls us rebels, traitors, and will scourge with haughty arms this hateful name in us. The Prince of Wales stepped forth before the king and nephew, challenged you to single fight.
Oh, would the quarrel lay upon our heads, and that no one might draw short breath today but I and Harry Monmouth. Tell me, how showed his tasking? Seemed it in contempt?
Yeah.
No! By my soul, I never in my life did hear a challenge urged more modestly, unless a brother should a brother dare to gentle exercise in proof of arms, and which became him like a prince indeed. He chid his truant youth with such a grace, as if he mastered there a double spirit of teaching and of learning instantly.
Cousin, I think thou art enamored on his follies. Never did I hear of any prince so wild at liberty. But be he as he will, yet once ere night, I will embrace him with a soldier's arm.
May lords prepare, the king comes on apace.
Oh, gentle friends, the time of life is short. To spend that shortness basely were too long. And if we live to tread on kings. If die, brave death, when princes die with us.
The Percys doubt the king's promises of mercy and take to the field. For the Lancasters, Prince Hal commands one wing of the royal army in his first full-scale military engagement. The Earl of Stafford directs the other wing, with King Henry leading the center forces. As a diversion, several noblemen, including Stafford and Blunt, disguise themselves with the insignia and colors of the king.
What is thy name that in the battle thus thou crossest me? What honor dost thou seek upon my head?
No then, my name is Douglas, and I do haunt thee in the battle thus because some tell me that thou art a king.
They tell thee true.
The Lord of Stafford dear today hath bought thy likeness, for instead of thee, King Harry, this blade hath ended him. So shall it be, unless thou yield thee as my prisoner.
I was not born to yield, thou haughty scut. And thou shalt find a king that will revenge Lord Stafford's death.
Oh, Douglas! Hadst thou fought at Holmdon thus, I never had triumphed upon a Scot.
All's done, all's won. Here, breathless, lies the king.
Where?
Here.
This, Douglas? No. I know this face full well. A gallant knight he was. His name was Blunt, semblably furnished like the king himself.
Ah, fool! Go with thy soul, whether it goes. A borrowed title hast thou bought too dear. Why didst thou tell me that thou wert a king?
The king hath many marching in his coats.
No, they may blade. I will kill all his coats. I'll murder all his wardrobe piece by piece until I meet the king.
Up and away. Our soldiers stand full fairly for the day.
Though I could escape shot-free at London, I fear the shot here. Soft, who are you? Sir Walter Blunt. There's honor for you. God, keep lead out of me. I need no more weight than mine own bowels. I have led my ragamuffins where they are peppered. There's not 3 of my 150 left alive, and they're for the town's end to beg during life. I like not such grinning honor as Sir Walter hath. Give me life, which if I can save, so. If not, honor comes unlooked for, and there's an end.
Lord Stafford's wing has fled after Douglas killed him in combat. She continues her search for King Henry, encounters Falstaff, and delivers a crushing blow. From their defensive position, Hotspur's forces let forth thousands of arrows against the advancing royal army. Prince Hal is struck in the face by one, and King Henry's troops must reorganize their attack.
I prithee, Harry, withdraw thyself, thou bleeds too much. Lord John of Lancaster, go you with him.
Not I, my lord, unless I did bleed too.
And God forbid a shallow scratch should drive the Prince of Wales from such a field as this.
We breathed too long. Come, cousin Westmoreland, our duty this way lies. For God's sake, come!
By God, thou hast deceived me, Lancaster. I did not think thee lord of such a spirit. Before I loved thee as a brother, John, but now I do respect thee as my soul.
I saw him hold Lord Percy at the point with lustier maintenance than I did look for of such an ungrown warrior.
Oh, this boy lends mettle to us all.
Another king! They grow like Hydra's heads. I am the Douglas, fatal to all those that wear those colours on them. What art thou that counterfeits the person of a king?
The king himself, who, Douglas, grieves at heart so many of his shadows thou hast met, and not the very king. I have 2 boys seek Percy and thyself about the field, but seeing thou fall'st on me so luckily, I will assay thee, so defend thyself.
I fear thou art another counterfeit, and yet, in faith, thou bearest thee like a king. But mine, I am sure thou art whoe'er thou be, and thus I win thee. Ha!
Hold up thy head, vile sot! For thou art like never to hold it up again. The spirits of valiant Shirley, Stafford, Blunt are in my arms. It is the Prince of Wales that threatens thee, who never promiseth, but he means to pay! Cheer thee, my lord. How fares your grace? Sir Nicholas Gauzy hath for succour sent, and so hath Clifton. I'll to Clifton straight.
Stay and breathe a while. Thou hast redeemed thy lost opinion, and showed thou makest some tender of my life in this fair rescue thou hast brought to me.
Oh God, they did me too much injury that ever said I hearkened for your death.
Make up to Clifton. I'll to Sir Nicholas Gauzy.
If I mistake not, thou art Harry Monmouth.
Thou speakst as if I would deny my name.
My name is Harry Percy.
Why then, I see a very valiant rebel of that name. I am the Prince of Wales, and think not, Percy, to share with me in glory any more. 2 stars keep not their motion in one sphere, nor can one England brook a double reign of Harry Percy and the Prince of Wales!
Nor shall it, Harry, for the hour is come to end the one of us. And would to God thy name in arms were now as great as mine.
I'll make it greater ere I part from thee, and all the budding honors on thy crest I'll crop to make a garland for my head.
I can no longer brook thy vanities. Harry, thou hast robbed me of my youth. I better brook the loss of brittle life than those proud titles thou hast won of me. They wound my thoughts worse than the sword my flesh. But thoughts, the thralls of life, and life, time's fool, and time that takes survey of all the world must have a stop. I could prophesy, but that the earthy and cold hand of death lies on my tongue. No, Percy, thou art dust and food for...
For worms, brave Percy. Fare thee well, great heart. Ill-weaved ambition, how much art thou shrunk! When that this body did contain a spirit, a kingdom for it was too small a bound. But now, 2 paces of the vilest earth is room enough. This earth that bears the dead bears not alive so stout a gentleman. Adieu, and take thy praise with thee to heaven. What, old acquaintance! Could not all this flesh keep in a little life? Poor Jack, farewell. I could have better spared a better man. Embowelled will I see thee by and by. Till then in blood my noble Percy lie.
Embowelled? If thou embowel me today, I'll give you leave to powder me and eat me too tomorrow. Splud, 'twas time to counterfeit, or that hot termagant Scot had paid me Scot and lot too. Counterfeit? I lie. I am no counterfeit. To die is to be a counterfeit, for he is but the counterfeit of a man who hath not the life of a man. But to counterfeit dying, when a man thereby liveth, is to be no counterfeit, but the true and perfect image of life indeed. Zoons, I'm afraid of this gunpowder Percy, though he be dead. How if he should counterfeit too, and rise? Therefore I'll make him sure, yea, and I'll swear I killed him. Nothing confutes me but eyes, and nobody sees me. Therefore, sirrah, with a new wound in your thigh, come you along with me.
Come, brother John, full bravely hast thou fleshed thy maiden sword.
But soft, whom have we here? Did you not tell me this fat man was dead?
I did. I saw him dead, breathless and bleeding on the ground. Art thou alive?
There is Percy, if your father will do me any honor. So, if not, let him kill the next Percy himself. I look to be either earl or duke, I can assure you.
Why, Percy, I killed myself and saw thee dead.
Didst thou? Lord, Lord, how this world is given to lying. I grant you I was down and out of breath, and so was he. But we rose both at an instant and fought a long hour by Shrewsbury clock. I'll take it on my death. I gave him this wound in the thigh.
This is the strangest tale that ever I heard.
This is the strangest fellow, brother John. For my part, if a lie may do thee grace, I'll gild it with the happiest terms I have. The trumpet sounds retreat. The day is ours. Come, brother, let us to the highest of the field to see what friends are living, who are dead.
I'll follow, as they say, for reward. He that rewards me, God reward him. If I do grow great again, I'll grow less, for I'll purge and leave sack and live cleanly as a nobleman should do.
After the death of Hotspur, the royal army quickly achieves victory. Worcester and Vernon are captured and brought before the king, where Worcester is shown the body of her slain nephew.
Thus ever did rebellion find rebuke. Ill-spirited Worcester, did not we send grace, pardon, and terms of love to all of you? 3 knights upon our party slain today, a noble earl, and many a creature else have been alive this hour, if, like a Christian, thou hadst truly borne between our armies true intelligence.
What I have done, my safety urged me to, and I embrace this fortune patiently, since not to be avoided, it falls on me.
Bear Worcester to the death, and Vernon too. No. Other offenders we will pause upon.
What?
How goes the field?
The noble Scot, the Douglas, when she saw the fortune of the day quite turn from her, the noble Percy slain, and all their troops upon the foot of fear fled with the rest, and falling from a hill, she was so bruised that the pursuers took her. At my tent the Douglas is, and I beseech your grace I may dispose of her.
With all my heart.
Then, brother John of Lancaster, to you this honorable bounty shall belong. Go to the Douglas and deliver her up to her pleasure, ransomless and free. Her valors shown upon our crests today have taught us how to cherish such high deeds, even in the bosom of our adversaries.
I thank your grace for this high courtesy.
Then this remains, that we divide our power. You, son John, and my cousin Westmoreland, towards York shall bend you with your dearest speed to meet Northumberland and the prelate Scroop, who, as we hear, are busily in arms. Myself and you, son Harry, will towards Wales, to fight with Glendower and the Earl of March. Rebellion in this land shall lose his sway, meeting the check of such another day.
The heads of Hotspur, Worcester, and Vernon are placed on public display to warn other would-be rebels of their fate. In the battle's aftermath, Prince Hal and Prince John notice a new physical weakness in their father. And though King Henry has won the battle at Shrewsbury, Edmund Mortimer is still alive. More challenges to the Lancastrian throne remain.
And since this business so fair is done, let us not leave till all our own be won.
You've been listening to Shakespeare's Histories, Season 1, The King's Shadow, presented by Brave Spirits Theatre.
Shakespeare's Histories is directed by Charlene V. Smith.
The recording producer and editor is Patrick Flynn.
With dramaturgy and additional directing by Marshall B. Garrett.
Dramaturgy and additional directing by Claire Kimball.
And dramaturgy by Liam Thomas Daly.
The acting company for Shakespeare's Histories is
Mikey Bannigan,
Zach Brewster-Geisz,
Jordan Brown,
Dean Carlson,
Jacqueline Chenault,
Gary DuBreuil,
Brianna Goode,
Lisa Hill-Corley,
Thomas Howley,
Caroline Johnson,
Brendan Edward Kennedy,
Annette Mooney,
Victoria Reinsel,
Dwayne Richards,
Jillian Riti,
Ian Blackwell Rogers,
Nicole Ruthmarie, Charlene V. Smith,
John Stange,
Molly E. Thomas,
and Joshua Williams.
The composer and music director is Jordan Friend.
The dialect coach is Jenna Burke.
The production manager for Shakespeare's Histories is Lisa Hill-Corley.
the stage manager is Jen Katz.
The audio recordings of Shakespeare's Histories were made possible through funding from the Nora Roberts Foundation, the City of Alexandria, the Morgan Fund at the Seattle Foundation, the Virginia Commission for the Arts, and the National Endowment for the Arts.
Learn more about Brave Spirits Theatre by visiting our website at www.bravespiritstheatre.com.